Glorious day to you, my friends. Yokotoro utana atara harsihi katara. Welcome to day number 8 of being, blissful existence, illuminating and nurturing growth. We're going to say growth today. Hiska arati itokoro utogoro data. Where for 144 days, we're going to connect with spirit, our inner being. We're going to do so by breathing, by connecting with our breath, by connecting with 2 magical chants each day. For the first 55 days, we're going to be chanting Om Mani Padme Hum for 108 times during the first segment. And then for the next segment, 36 times, we're going to chant Om Ah Hung Nirot Uhusa Ayakatiri Ariata. Now, Ichotor Utkata Ahasa Ekashahe Sokotor. Today, Spirit wants to talk about vibration. We touched on it yesterday. And we touched on everything is already inside you. You are already everything. Everything that you're seeking, you are already it. Now we're going to talk about vibration. Iskohuturu utu, and we're going to talk about Kali. One of the most interesting goddesses. Well, we're going to be using the Mala of Ascension. And this Mala of Ascension, I'm going to do this for 144 days. So we break up the Mala of Ascension into a joy portion and an ascension portion. And the joy portion has 108 seeds in it, just like a regular mala. Now the ascension portion has 36, I want to call them markers instead of seeds or beads, because we're not going to put them as the same size in the mala, and they represent different things. So during the Mala of Joy, we're chanting Om Mani Padme Hum 108 times. For the first 55 days anyway. Then we're going to shift the chant down, and then we're going to have Om Hung be for 55 or 108 times, and then we're going to switch over to So Hum or So Hum. Now, in this Mala of Joy, we're breaking up the 108 seeds into 9 groups of 12, and in the Mala of Ascension, we have 12 groups of 12. And when we call them groups, cool. They're not seeds, they're not markers, they're just groups of items, ideas. And each of these 9 groups represents one of the chakras in our Merkaba, our light body, our ascension vehicle. And when our Merkaba spins, it generates our auric field, and we can learn from our Merkaba, we can ascend with our Merkaba. It represents all the ideas of who we are. And when we embrace it and embrace our true, authentic self, our inner being, our source within, spirit, the holy fire, all that is, when we embrace that, ascending is much easier because we're letting go, and this is what we're doing for the first 55 days, is that we're unclasping and releasing the ideas of this physicality, that this physicality is all there is, and our attachments to it, and all the ideas around this physicality. So, these 9 groups of 12, each of the chakras in our Merkaba. At the bottom of our Merkaba, we're starting off with Vasundhara, the Earth Star chakra, our root system into Mother Earth. It's how we connect. It is a part of our auric field, and it is where we're sending things out. It's our south pole of our toric Taurus field, and this energy goes back into the North Pole via Pini, up at the top of our Merkaba, at the top of our auric field. And to me, Kali is associated with Vasundhara. Part of the Mahavidya is these 10 ideas of the goddesses, all aspects of the mother goddess. We talked about Durga the other day, and Kali is one of the aspects of Durga. And when we say aspects, the mother goddess is the mother goddess is the mother goddess. Okay? Aspects are simply a way of us to talk about it. Doesn't mean that there's any difference, because the all is the one and the one is the all. We are Kali. It is our mind and our ego and this idea of self. This idea of self that stops us from thinking that we are Kali, stops us from thinking that we are Durga, stops us from thinking that we are Shiva, Brahma, Vishnu, Utukurushikata, or Lakshmi, or Parvati, or Saraswati, or any other idea of God or the goddess or consciousness. We'll get back to the chakras in our Merkaba in a moment, because we're on Vasundhara, we're on Kali, we're on this Anamaya Kosha Iskohotoro Utanaheka Ashiyasoto, where we get our nourishment from this physicality. And as we unclasp these ideas and our attachments to this physicality, maybe, just maybe, we'll get our nourishment for our entire soul, and all these ideas of who we think we are, all these ideas of the lifetimes and this life, and these ideas of lack that we have as a human. And what they gave me earlier today is that this whole series is about us being a human, being hosted in this 3D reality, but we are not of this world. We are having an awareness and an experience being human. And I like to spell human Hueman, because we are this light body. We are made up of all the colors of the rainbow. I have a lozenge to keep the frog at bay. This human experience I'm having. Stay hydrated, my friends. Water is life. We are a living being. We are a living perception of, we are living awareness of this life force energy. Now, Kali is mostly associated with death and destruction, or death and rebirth. Now, our ideas, and we can say the death of the ego, or we can say this death of the old us, and rebirth into the new us, the new now, these new ideas of ourselves that we're hopefully inviting, allowing, embracing, embodying. Niorota asahe kotora, kasehe kotora anahasae kotora. And if there's any goal of this whole series, that's it, is so that we can breathe and chant let go of who we think we are. And then when we are ready, when our vibration is ready, our inner being, it'll just appear what our true nature of our inner being is. No work. So interestingly, this idea of Kali being the destruction. Several years ago, when I first got down to St. Pete, I'm at a new yoga studio and I sit in seated meditation before class begins. I'm focusing on my experience. I'm focusing on being in the class on my mat. And the first thing I do is I fill the room with the holy fire and the divine light. This one particular class, we were going to do a relaxing class. I can't remember the name of it. It was years ago. And I'm sitting there filling the room with the holy fire and the divine light. And I notice the room is not being filled. And I'm going, what's going on? And then I sense Kali's presence. And I'm going, what's going on? I sense this vortex, kind of like a black hole. And I'm going, okay, so someone's bringing in Kali and somebody's creating a black hole for all the energy that no longer serves. Totally cool. Excellent. But then I'm curious. I'm going, okay, I don't need to fill the room with light because the holy fire always respects free will. And if somebody else's free will is generating this Kali vortex to take it all away, I'm not going to get into an egoic battle over whose energy is better. It's just like, I can't stop broadcasting the holy fire because that's not who I am. And it's totally okay that it's going into the vortex of Kali. Cool. Then I open my eyes because I'm curious, I'm a human, and I look around. There's only one other person who's sitting in seated meditation before the class. And then I just nod my head in acknowledgement. Their eyes were closed. So, but it was a she. And I look over and I go, okay, all right, I see you. Never saw her again. But still, it was an interesting experience. So Kali is also, she's the goddess of time. She's the goddess of change, and she's the goddess of creation, as well as power. All these words we're mentioning. So, Vasundhara, the Earth Star chakra at the bottom of our Merkaba, then Muladhara, our root chakra, Nihakatara Uskahawati, Svadhisthana, our sacral chakra, Manipura, our solar plexus chakra, Anahata, our heart chakra, Vishuddha, the throat chakra, Anya, the third eye chakra, Sahasrara, the crown chakra, at the top of our Merkaba, Vyapini, the goddess who is everywhere, the soul star chakra. Okay, so Earth star I classify as chakra 0 because everybody else starts the first chakra as the root chakra. So we got 7 chakras, 8, or this is chakra 8, Vyapini. And Vasundhara is the 9th chakra. So we have 9 chakras here, and each of the goddesses of the Mahavidya is associated, or I'm associating them with each of the chakras, and the different elevations in thought that we can have on this path of ascension, where Kali, we are in the idea of verticality, and in the idea of ascension, and in the idea of lack, that we're not already ascended and enlightened beings, okay? with the goal of yoga being the goal of yoga being moksha, niyatahata, this liberation. This liberation from everything. We're really being liberated from our mind. Because this is what's creating the contrast. This is what's seeing everything as contrast. And when we can liberate ourselves from our own damn mind, reminds me of a Praga Khan song, My Mind is My Enemy, from 25 years ago or something like that. It's still an awesome song. Our mind can be our friend, which is why we're meditating, which is what yoga to me is all about. When I get on my mat, when I get into my breath, and I simply focus my awareness on the asana, my current pose, and the transition to it, while I'm breathing, my mind just stops. It's only focused on my mind. It's only focused on my current asana or getting to the next one. That's it. I rarely hear the yoga teacher unless I'm getting cues as to what's the next asana. Where am I supposed to go? And to me, I love it when a yoga teacher says the Sanskrit name for the next asana, because now I'm going there. Hopefully, when they're leading me in a direction that I know, when I got to think too much on my mat, it's defeating my purpose for being on my mat. But this is the whole point of meditation, is to engage our mind in not this 3D reality, not of all the other chitta, because in Sanskrit, mind is chitta, niyatahati tukora. And one of the goals is slowing down and stopping the modifications of the mind. Because when we see something, we're already evaluating it. We're already classifying it. We're already changing what it is into what either we want it to be or what we think it should be. These are all the types of things that humans do. This is what we do. Okay, so be easy on yourself when you do it. We just notice it, and then what can we do to stop? Well, we can get back to our breath. We can slow things down, and then our mind will then slow down. Or the chitta will slow down. Our monkey mind is another great term. Usuhuturo atani arehata. Si ukuturya shahawatokurya. So there's one more chakra, or there's one more space for the Mahavidya. Well, we talked about her, Kamala, Iskohutur, the one who dwells in the lotus. Well, our lotus is our crown chakra, and when we're dwelling in our lotus and we're reaching up beyond this physical, when she dwells in her lotus, she's dwelling above the physicality, in this idea of a 10th chakra or this 10th evolution. That's because she's engaging in all the ideas of non-egoic spirit. Whether she's having a physical experience in this matrix or having an experience outside of this physicality in supreme consciousness, in the highest source of consciousness, in the Shiva, outside of form. And it doesn't mean that Kali can't do it, because she can. In each of these aspects. Okay, so we have Vyapini, and then these other three aspects, and we're calling them aspects because they're not really chakras. In some sense, they're a chakra because cha, this division of ka, our soul, or the grand soul, if you want to think you're separate from it, and ra, our light, our inspiration, our fire. This division of the grand soul of light. That's all chakra really is. It doesn't have to be this swirling vortex. It doesn't have to be a wheel. Isohukaya ashakotata. So these different ideas, rita or prakriti, ni rasa, it's still rita. It's still righteousness. And whether you want to call it the highest form of righteousness, of cosmic order, of truth, that TI, the TI is that we internalize. That's the whole thing, is when we internalize something, when we harmonize it, we thoroughly believe that it is a part of us. Which is why we're using box breath or samavriti pranayama, which is why the base of a pyramid is square. We breathe in, we open and invite, and allow this new ideas, the new energy into this chakra or this other idea. And then we hold our breath with a full set of lungs. And we're exciting the information, we're igniting the information, we're igniting the energy in the chakra or the idea of Muladhara, support, that we're always supported, that we're resting and digesting instead of fighting or flighting. But we can use the same thing in this Rita, this righteousness, this cosmic order, this time. Kali is the goddess of time, so she's one of the goddesses of this chakra, this aspect of Rita, Prakriti, Niyarita. It doesn't matter what we call it. It's this higher form of one of the things that we're already doing. We can call it observation. We can call it wisdom. We can call it knowledge. It doesn't matter what we call it. Ohota Oda Hawaha. It's the divine flow of energy in this physicality, in this matrix, which is also the process of thinking in the supreme consciousness. Nihukutura uska, same thing. Vasohukaya. So the next one is vikara, and kara is change, and vikara is the highest form of change. Vi, we're internalizing the essence of ka, our soul, and ra, of light. Ukahwahe otolokada. And when we do this, every idea of every new thought that we have is the change. And when we embody it, we are aligning our vibration to that of our inner being. Each of these aspects are aligning our vibration to that of our inner being, to that of the highest source of consciousness, to the holy fire, to spirit. And Kali is the goddess of change. Hari Isa, Hari Isha, Ari Hisha, Shisha, Niyatorutata. We talked about Vishnu reclining on Shisa, his serpent, his mount, relaxing into his serpent, his ability to reach up into everything. And then dreaming into creation, everything. Niharataka. That's how easy Vishnu takes care of it. And then we have this Shrishti, this divine creation aspect. Kali's the goddess of creation. She's mastered each and every one of these ideas and concepts. Well, FYI, all the goddesses and all the gods have already done this. They understand it. That's why they reached the level of Waheguru, this wise sage or goddess level, aspects of the pure divinity, Kisokoto, that you are. Now, these divine beings, let's call them that. So one of the famous things that Kali has done, is known for, is defeating demons. We'll call them demons. And in Sanskrit, they're called asura niyarasukohutoda. Let's break it down. A, not. Su, well, it's a part of sa, the breath in. We breathe in. This you is this universal breath and this universal light, because Ra is the light, the fire, the divine will. So those who do not breathe in this universal light and inspiration are asura. That's exactly what we do as humans when we get caught up in our lower chakras, when we get caught up in the blockers for Muladhara, which are fear, when we get caught up not practicing gratitude, when we get caught in fight or flight, and then the blocker for Svadhisthana, our sacral chakra, is guilt, because we've done something wrong and we know we've done something wrong and we're judging and we're evaluating. We're not letting it stay in the past. And then Manipura, the blocker is shame. I am bad because I did things badly. I did bad things, so I am bad. Now we're compounding the situation. We're in this negative spiral. And anahata, the blocker, is grief. We've all lost people. And when we're stuck in the grief, it's not an abundant place. And all these that we are bad, or if we're caught up in the anger, or if we're caught up in vengeance, if we're caught up in fixing it, if we're caught up in getting the person back, if we're caught up in stopping this person from doing something, whoever it is, whatever we're experiencing, this is the downward spiral. This is aspects of the asura, of these demons, of these negative entities. They're caught up in their thought patterns. They're caught up in their beliefs. They're caught up in their experience. I mentioned What Dreams May Come, 1998 movie with Robin Williams, Annabelle Scorsese, and Cuba Gooding Jr., where Robin Williams and Annabelle Scorsese characters were deeply in love and they had children, and the babysitter, the person who was watching their kid, was driving them places and their children died, and they blamed themselves for it, and she took her own life because she got caught up in her own grief. She got caught up in the physicality and the emotions of it, and she couldn't deal with it anymore. He died a different way, and he was up in heaven and creating things in heaven and exploring. And then he asked about her. Well, she, in my idea of heaven, is that we are all welcome home in heaven. But she was so caught up in her own pain that she didn't realize that, one, that she was dead, and two, she didn't realize that she can get to heaven at any point in time. By thought, by vibration. We just get consumed by our vibration. So he heard this, and so part of the movie is that he's traveling through the realms of hell so that he can find her, because he loves her so much that he's willing to go to hell. And maybe he thinks at the beginning he's going to go to hell and back for her, but as it turns out, I don't want to ruin the movie for you, is that she doesn't want to leave. So he just surrenders and says, I'm not leaving you. I can't leave you. And then he gets consumed in her consumption of her grief and her awareness. Kiso okotoro atakawahi sakati. Nieri ariana hakatokoroto. But she loves him so much, and she knows that he's about to do that, and that he starts to lose himself down there. But she taps into the love that she knows inside her, and the love that she knows that she has for him. And she brings them both up. Iskahaya otara nahatari, isahaya kaashi kotoro. This is the vibration. These are the thought patterns that all of the beings out there can have. Whether we classify them as asura, whether we classify them as humans, whether we classify them as devas, or spirits, or angels, or gods, everyone. This is what this free will is about. Everyone can adopt this vibration. Everyone can adopt these thought patterns. And everyone can get caught up in this negative spiral, or any thought pattern that we have. And I thought today we were going to talk about metaphysics. Remembering that we're the light. Little Soul in the Sun. Required reading for Aquarian Fire. Which is this free will. Because God and anybody else up in this highest source of consciousness understands that we are the light. Everyone in this experience, in this matrix, whether they're demons, negative entities, or saints, for lack of a better term, sages, or rishis, gurus, it does not matter who they are. Everyone has free will, and everyone can have messed up logic or get caught up in this negative spiral, which is why Abraham Hicks teaches about when you're experiencing the contrast, it is simply your inner being trying to tell you there's a different viewpoint. That's why we're doing this series. We're doing this series so that no matter what your viewpoint is, if we press pause and we focus our awareness on the breath, and we engage in some magical chants, whether I call them magical or not, when we engage in the chanting, when we engage in our breath, when we engage in some form of meditation, our awareness gets consumed by it. Our awareness gets consumed by the presence of our inner being, by the presence of silence, by the presence of peace, by the presence of calmness and stillness of mind, which calms the heart, which calms the solar plexus in our gut, which calms our fears, which enables us to embrace gratitude, our essence, our true nature, our inspiration, what we truly wish to create. And this ability to focus on the breath and focus on the chant and sit in the peace, whether we experience peace today or tomorrow. Let's not focus on the peace. Let's focus on our breath. And then we'll deal with everything else in the new now. Okay. So I invite you to relax, to settle in, to ease into whether you're lying down, sitting, or sitting in seated meditation. As we focus our awareness on our breath, As we slowly deepen our breath, Mioroso Hokotoro Ayakwataraha Kito Horoto Nonoroto. As we begin to breathe in slowly, and breathe out slowly. Breathing in, relaxing, and breathing out, releasing. As we listen to the sound of our voice, as we breathe in. As we listen to the sound of our breath, as we breathe out. As we feel how it feels to breathe in. And we feel how it feels to breathe out. Now let us focus our awareness on our heart center. For in our heart center is the home of our holy fire. And our holy fire is the source of our bright light. In every breath that we take with intention, fans the flames of our holy fire, breaks through the debris, the blockages, the karmic imprint, makes cracks for our divine light to shine through more fully. Isohuta itara hasa ea kahasata. As we invite and allow the holy fire to flow in, through, and around us all, in every way, in everywhere, and every when. Completely, effortlessly, naturally. And let us turn over to our inner being to continue this divine flow without any conscious thought. Isohotata arhaitira ishkonohataria cho otoro haya at karayata ata hotoro huta warata. And on the exhale, kosohuturo takarayata niyata takarayata. Kasohutara warshahiyata. We'll pause on that. Nirara harsakan hotoro taka. Let us start the divine flow, if you have not done so already. Let us take the energy from our heart center, and move it up through the chakras, moving it up through Vishuddha, through Anya, through Sahasrara, through Vyapini, moving it up through the realms, to the edge of the matrix, and entering into the highest source of consciousness through the ideas of Rita, Vikara, and Shrishti. Where there is no ego, where there is no judgment, where there is only unconditional love and total acceptance, where it always respects free will, and where the power is unlimited. Let us bring more pure holy fire through the ideas of Shrishti, Vikara, Rita, and bringing it down through the realms, through Vyapini, purifying it, through Sahasrara, purifying it, through Anya, purifying it, through Vishuddha, purifying it, and back into Anahata, purifying our heart center, the Hatara Harakanayatobo. Let us move this energy down through the chakras, purifying the lower chakras and grounding this energy effectively. Moving it down through Mani Padme, purifying it. Through Svadhisthana, purifying it. Through Muladhara, purifying it. Through Vasundhara, purifying it. And now let's imagine growing roots down into Mother Earth, down, 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 deep into the core of Gaia, wrapping these roots around the heart of Gaia, giving her a great big hug. Thanking her for hosting this 3D reality, and also reminding us that our awareness is being and experiencing a human in this 3D reality, and that we are not of this 3D reality. And bringing back her grounded love and wisdom up through the root system, through Vasundhara, through Muladhara, through Svadhisthana, through Mani Padme, and back into Anahata, our heart center. Thoroughly combining these energies, which is the same energy, and in the out breath, let us consciously, with intention and sankalpa, the attention of our inner being, to push this energy out from our heart center, out from our physical bodies, out from our auric field, and out and into every aspect of our awareness in every way and everywhere and everywhen. And let's go back to the idea that we explored during the Shine series. In our mind's eye, in our imagination, let us create a chest of your creation. And let us put in this chest all of our fears, all of our doubts, all of our anger, all of our guilt, all of our shame, all of our worry, all of our grief. Everything that we're going to do the rest of the day, the rest of the week, anything that has already happened today, that has already happened in the past. Let us just put it in the chest. Let us also ask our inner being to put in this chest whatever it feels no longer serves or might distract us from our time with our breath, our time with the chanting, and our time with ourselves. And let us close the lid on this chest, and we'll just move it over here. And let's set it aside. I guess I can do it here. It shall be there for you at the end of meditation, if you so desire. So the process for this, we will start off with one Aum, the primordial sound of We will chant Om Mani Padme Hum 108 times with the joyful aspects of this Mala of Ascension, this Mala of Joy portion. The Koshi chime will let us know when we are on the last one, and we will transition with one Aum. We will then take a couple of breaths. I'll give a gentle reminder that the chant will change to Om Ah Hung. We will transition using one Aying. We will chant Om Ah Hung 36 times. Again, the Koshi chime will let us know when we're on the last one. And we will close out with one Aying. Nihotoro Ursana Hakeita Ishohoku Ura Hasua Achihariara Takana. One more sip of water. Nihoratahaya. And be easy on yourselves. Nihokotoro or Nariaroto. If one of those stray thoughts comes in, or if you mess up on the chant, you mess up on your breath, be easy on yourselves, and simply return your awareness back to the breath and back to the chant. And those stray thoughts and the judgment will go away on its own when it's ready. Isohotara. Hishohonoto uruhotora hakayara. Okay, and a breath in to chant. A breath in for Aum. And a breath in to chant. Hutur uchahatati amshihika asanahata atuto uhuto urhukayaha ichahatar hakayaha sanaha achkohurot uhuta isahaka ayeta aranaheso kati ariata hatatukoho ishohoko uruhuta arahe kachahatata arahatita kotoro hoko utoro hunanoa ishahaka asaheka atoro hota ishohoko narora achuhoroto ohona ishahata atar arakanahasu kata taharata hitoro kasohoko orohota nisahaka etarartita ha shohoku oro horakaba ati hariarataha ka shohoku oro hokona atu warate hitara haita ishohonoto oro hokahe a shohoku urana ita taharata aheko ha shohoku toro nahayara Itakarata hetaraha Kotoro hoko unaha Ashahake etoro Kisahaka araharati Ishokoro noho Katita karata aha Ashahake atata arahasina Acho to oro to orohaya Isohokotoro hoko Ashaheka atara Katoro hokora Ashaheka asakahera Ashohoko urhota Katita karata hatitaha Ko shohoko rohodanani Ita daharaharikia Kasohoko toro unahawata Chahatati hiriariata. Ashahoko urohokata. Atukoroto uhosaya. Achihotoro urunahoto. Kachataharahayakaha. Isohoko toro nanhoro. Ashohoko uro. Aturohoko ushahayataha. Atatagarahayato. Ochohoro horkahayara. Ashohoyaha. Atuhoro okohotorohota. Ashahkanahayara. Otohorohoko hoshahesa. Atgarate hitara. Shohoko urohonahava. Achaharira rahe kohoro. Ashoho otohorohota. Atohorohoko ushanawa. Isohoko urohokaya shahe. Ashkahatati takarataha. Kotoro hokotoro hona. Achohotoro onohokoro. Ashohoko urohayaha. Ashohoya atitiariara. Kotoro hoko nahawaraho. Atoto urotoho nanawa. Ishahiyaka atara hartitoho. Kota arhatitaha. Atuhoroto uhra. Ishahkanata arhatakohara. Atoro hoko nohoro. Ashohoko utoro husanuho. Hai heyata taharana hikoro. Achkarata hutoro husanuho gaya. Ita taharata hati. Kasahoko utoro utona. Atahara harake hisohokaya. Arakashohoko utoro. Shiatata hata. Kasahanata iroroto utoro. Kotoroto orhaya. Kotoro haya anahasakaha. Katakarate hitata arashahekono. Hutoro hukota harawatatita. Ishohokatoro hushoyo tohra. Ator hayat atana. Kotoro huko ushohoka. Hasohoka nana warahitoro haya. Ashakanerara. Atuto huruto unoto hoto. Ashihikotoro utomonorota. Katoro hoko urahana. Ashohoko uro utora. Kisaka atara arkanahasisa. Otoro utononorortago. Katakarati hitoro hoto. Shaiheko oraha. Asahaka eatoro utonoro. Hasho totoria. Atokoro hotoro hukiara. Kaso hukoro. Atiri ariarakaha. Hatutu uhoro hoya. Achuhotita karatawa. Atkiariara. Asho toro hukonoro. Hatori hatari harshaha. Atokor hotohona. Kotoro hotoro hosha. Aturahya atatakara. Katatahara hato. Isoho kotoro huta. Kotoro hoyataa. Aturahya ka ateti. Kotoro husana. Katiriariataha. Ashohoko uro hotoro. Hutataharatkaha. Utukarhitete area. Koshohoko otoro. Katataharayata. Atoroko uhosiara. Hishohotoro hukotanahara. Achukohrota uhotana. Itara harakahesaha. Atatahara kohotorahaya. Kaye kotoro honoto. Arkohorshohokoro hotara. Itataharata hitoro. Kati taharata hata. Hashohuko uru hotoro hayana. Achihotoro hodakarwa. Kashuhukoro husunodo. Chiatata arhata nahira. Otoro otoro hoshanawata. Shoko otoro. Nearata hatataha. Isa hakanata hirira. Koho rosha haya. Achahatata karata hetoro. Acho toro hukono nawara. Isho hokotoro hukotora shaha. Kasana hatetukara. Kotoro huko ushaha. Asho hukoro ta. Asahanaka esharatai. Isho hokotoro hotarwa. Katakarana hata. Ichata hararaka shoho. Utoro hokora. Atkarata kitoro. Shoyoko oro hotoro rika. Shatana hatiriara. Atokoro hoto. Kashaheka atara raka. Ashaheta otono hora. Atakar hitoro urukana haso. Atakara hesa atakara. Katit karata hata. Hashuhuko uro nata arhitara hata. Kataharar keheto. Atur huko ushana. Atur huko una. Hasita tara. Kitor huko uro honawa. Atur huko uro shahesoho. Katita karata hata. Katita karhaso. Utoro hono hotara. Kachi heriariata hatita. Kora horoto. Isha haka etara haraka. Kashihe koroho. Ashihe kearata nahasi. Kotoro hukotara. Titi ariara nahakeso. Osho huko ora. Katoro huko unahatuta. Shata karhasi. Kucha hariaraka. Arko hono oro. Kasi hititi ariarta. Atakarata hatetita. Arshko hotoro. Kisa hakara nahara. Arhotoro urkono hoto. Ashihikara hatakanara. Iso hukotoro hotaraha. Kashihikotoro utoro. Hasita tara harkahia toro. Achukohoro hatahera. Kotoro hoko onaha. Atikiri ariata hata. Ka taharata heta. Isho hotoro no hokoro hora. Atukoro hoto. Atakarita atara. Shate hatata harharka heso hoga. Itokoro hota atara hana. Atakoro hoto o. Usho hokoro hatata ata. Ka takarhisa haya. Isho hokoro horo. Katita karata atara. Kisa haya toro hota. Katata harata hata. Acha hatita. Atuhuroto uroto utana. Shatata harakahita. Asha hata horo hotoro urshanawa. Atakararatihi. Shatakarata hatitaha. Kashita taharanayako. Shiotoro hudoro. Atakarara hayata. Katita haratu hutoro husha. Isa hakatati haraha. Koso hukutoro. Siti ariara nahata. Shahaka atitukoro. Iso hukutora hatanaha. Arhoroto oto. Atura hiaka asha nahati. Sahaketata hararki. Achuhoroto oro. Hashuku uroto unohoti. Kashi so otora hanawaya. Atakoroto hotora. Katita karata hera. Kosohuko una hatita. Atata harara kihera. Hashita tahareto. Ucho hotora harahuhiana. Atkoha ashiheta. Katita harara kihina. Hasu dur hoya. Iso hokotur hotana tuara. Arkarashi hisadi. Ashohoko otoro ukunara. Katata harhare. Atkoroto hotora hasha. Isa hakanata aratahi. Hatoroko otorahana. Isha hake ararakahanati. Otoro huko ota. Isha hakatara ranahasesi. Hatoroko otarara. Iso hukotora hanahasisiara. Acho hotoro orchana. Isha haka iti itiariarna. Atoto ora harakarasasi. Ashka harisa. Ator hoko uno horota ati. Kai he kanaharati. Shai he kotoro hoko nahara. Atoro hatanaha. Achi hira yarata hataka. Acho toro kanahari. Atohoroto ohna. Atoro hoko otoro okanahatita. Hatara hakasana hiro. Koshuhutoro isa hakanata atitara. Katoro okonoro. Icha hatata harahayataha. Kasahe kotoro. Shaya atatara hanato. Kashahe katara hatana era. Koshuhuko ura. Tata harati hita. Hasu to uruhu katawara. Icha hatata kihiriaraya. Kosoho uruhu tana. Atukoro hutora. Katata harati hitara. Hasuhuko uruhuna. Atita karata hatitaha. Hasuhuko uruhoranaha. Ita taharata kahita. Harakoroto otona. Hishati hitara. Kiso noto ushahiata. Kasa hekatara harkona. Atit karataha. Hotoro hokosha hera. Asa hakeyata takarawa sunodo. Achiko horotoho. Atit karata nahatitoho. Huchata artikarara. Iso hokotoro hokaina. Atit kahatato. Hotoro to onadoriara. Kasa hakaera. Isohoko Toro Chayata
Mani
Niarahaka
Padme
Asanahako
Hum.
Chor Haso Okotoro Tatara Kita Taharakana Hatorana
Mani Padme Hum.
Katu Taharataha Asuhoko Oro Hosana
Mani
Isahakaeta
Padme
Araharayaka.
Hum.
And a breath in for Aum. Aum. Sihotoro Tanananiariaratata. And a few more breaths. Niodotoro Utakanahatatira. And this is the gentle reminder. We're switching chants to Om Ahung Koshohotoruta. We will chant Aying once, Om Ahung 36 times. The Koshi chime will let us know when we're on the last one. And we'll close out with one Aying. Ito Oro Hosa Ayaratata. And a breath in for Aying. Aying Niorosahaya Toratata. And a breath in to chant. Om Om praying. Aying Kosuhuturutu Urahanaherada. Stay here for as long as you like. Nihatatakariharadattu. Maybe pause the video to spend more time in the energy. Atata arhisotoru ochahanadiriarata. When you are ready, slowly bring your awareness back to the here and now. Utoru utakaryarata. Itatakarahasohunoro utoru hutora. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes. Maybe shrug your shoulders a little bit. Invite in any gentle movements. Niyakatara arnahatuguda. And when you are ready, niyarasahagedoru. Slowly open your eyes and welcome in the new now. Huturu urahana atikaraharasatetiyariyata. Congratulations, my friends. Niyakatara aranehitoro utukurutu. You have completed day number 8 of being, where our awareness is being niharata atakara hasakaturu utukuruta as a human in this 3D reality, niharasa ukuturu, but it's not of this 3D reality. Nihurota atara arkanada kurutara sayataka. The only thing that they were talking about are just gentle reminders. You are already complete. You are already this highest source of consciousness. You are already this moksha. You are already this shanti, this peace. You are already this rita, this cosmic order. You are already this vikara, this divine change. You are already this shrishti, this divine creation. You are already that which you seek. It is already inherently a part of you. This Om Mani Padme Hum, you are already the jewel in the lotus. You are already dwelling in your lotus like Kamala. You are already the god or the goddess of time. Like Kali, Niyaratakata, you are already the god or goddess of change. Like Kali, you are already the goddess or the god of creation. Like Kali, Isohuturu Utanawatatata. You are already the Om, the wisdom, the Ah, the emptiness, the Hum, both of them. Niyara so uturu utaka. You are also already the body, the speech, and the mind. Niyarata katara. You are the supreme consciousness. Kasi itoru utono nonoto uruhutakarata. There is nothing for you to seek. Niyarata atikarya rotokuto. There's nothing for you to remember. There's nothing for you to do. There is nothing for you to try. We simply breathe. We simply chant. And we simply are. Niatata arahakoso uturu husha atiariara kanata. So I thank you, my friends, for sharing in my highest bliss. Highest bliss, highest bless, the same thing. Niatakuru tukata. And shine on with your inner being. Niatata arahakasesisita. And make it a great day. Because why would you leave it up to anyone else? Kiatata, ashohokuro, huta, nasahayaka.